My name is Dominic. I'm the Revenue Operations Manager at TrovaTrip, and we are a travel tech startup based in Portland, Oregon. So before we onboarded RevenueHero, we had essentially like one-to-one SDR, account executive, account manager pairings, where each SDR had a certain categories of content creator that they would pursue, and they would schedule calls with one or two account executives, and they'd go to the account manager from there. And what we realized was that not all of the categories are created equal, so to speak. Or for us, it was easier to find success in some categories compared to others. Our pain point really was that we didn't see a great equality of opportunity across our sales org, and it was something that didn't scale. I think the biggest pain points there, one, we were using HubSpot meeting links, and so BDR would send one of the AEs like just one-to-one meeting links, and that was it. The balance of calls was not even. That was sort of a pain point, or it'd be like, hey, I only got half as many calls this month as the other AE, and we didn't really have a way to manage that. And so that was a pain point. I think another one is when we were using the HubSpot meeting links, if a prospect would no-show a meeting, the follow-up from there to get them rescheduled was using, it was kind of an opaque process. None of the sales reps had awesome visibility on it in real time, especially. And we started looking at a few different options. We looked at Calendly, we looked at Chili Piper, and then we looked at RevenueHero as well. All of the tools sort of accomplished the thing that we needed them to do, right, which is route calls. But RevenueHero had a much stronger offering when it came to CRM integration for us specifically. We use HubSpot. We ended up onboarding RevenueHero so that we could give all of our sales reps access to the same pool of categories or territory, so to speak, that we knew was working well, we were seeing success in. One thing that we saw a distinct rise in right off the bat actually was our call held rate. We were hovering somewhere in a 65 to 73% call held rate. Now we are anywhere from just above, I would say 80 to 75 is where it hovers now. So we have actually had a decent increase there. Now with RevenueHero, our leads are booking calls with less lead time. So now it's much more common for them to book a call for same day or next day or 2 days out instead of 4 or 5 days a week, etc. And we've been able to open up more calendar availability. And so it's, allowed for more calls booked and more calls held, as well as more flexibility with our sales rep. RevenueHero makes it really easy to mark meetings as no-shows. The Chrome extension is super useful for that. We just set our router weights and then we call it a day. The router will just equalize the number of meetings booked, right? And if somebody does no-show, we always have the ability to either, we can credit people back meetings or we can modulate the weights as we see fit. And so that's been really useful. Another thing that has been really fantastic, and I think that we would not have gotten with competitors, is the level of service we have had during onboarding and after onboarding has been really, really spectacular. So the onboarding itself was really straightforward, really easy. It was more or less one meeting where we went through the basics, and then from there it was the interface is really, really easy. Whoever you guys have on the payroll for UI, give them my kudos, because it's really easy to navigate, really easy to figure out. We are huge fans, let's say that. Yeah, I definitely would recommend RevenueHero. I think in the landscape of call routing, RevenueHero is a really flexible solution, which to me is something that's very important. I think it's important to a lot of RevOps folks. So it's sort of if you can dream it, you can build it.